sometimes not responding is a response.
Well, you talked about how you found out that they're trying to set up Drake in LA at one point. What exactly was that about?
That was about like him and Diddy were beefing, right? They had a little beef over something in Miami outside of Live.
I think Diddy allegedly to them or something. I think it was over the Start from the Bottom beat, where I guess it's supposed to go to Diddy and Drake took it and something silly like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about Started from the Bottom, I don't know what Diddy would have did with that beat.
They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Like, what made you put hands on Drake?
I did not put hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake. Drake is, right now, that's all I got. That's all I have to say. He's putting in his work. I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake is my friend.
That was a total rumor.
That whole story, pure rumor. What actually happened is that Drake pulled back the curtain and let the world hear Jay-Z's private warning about Diddy, and the internet can't stop dissecting it. Suddenly, those old Jay-Z verses feel like puzzle pieces, almost as if he'd been leaving cryptic breadcrumbs about Diddy all along. And now, with hindsight, the picture looks a lot clearer. But let's rewind. Back in 2010, Jay-Z gave Drake one of his earliest and biggest industry boosts. He jumped on Light Up from Drake's debut album Thank Me Later, co-signing a young artist who had just been brought into the game under Lil Wayne's Young Money banner. For many fans, that move felt symbolic, almost like Jay was handing Drake the torch for the next era. Their paths have crossed plenty since then. Jay showed up on Pound Cake in 2013, returned again for Talk Up in 2018, and then linked with Drake once more on Love All in 2021. The relationship has always been a mix of mentorship and competition, respectful, but not without its subliminal jabs. Still, every time they've shared a track, Jay has leaned into the elder statesman role, while Drake himself has openly credited Jay-Z as one of his biggest inspirations.
I remember when I was about like 17 years old, I was in a parking lot. I was watching Jay-Z do a show for an event at the time that was called Rock the Caravana. It was like the first time Jay-Z had ever really like come to the city and shown us love. And I was with one of my friends from school and I was in a parking lot. For me, that was really a moment that unlocked something in my mind. It made me realize that all this is possible, you know? So I want to thank.
That balance between the two never really shifted. Jay as the strategist, Drake as the quick study who soaked up the game. But insiders claim Jay-Z did more than just inspire. From day one, he was quietly shaping Drake's blueprint. Think guidance on how to navigate power moves, who to trust, and how to avoid the industry's traps. Now fans are looking back and saying Jay wasn't just dropping verses, he was slipping coded warnings straight into the music. One person even broke it down like this. When Drake first hit the scene, Jay was basically telling him, here's how they're coming for you. Take Light Up, for example. Jay's lines didn't just sound like slick bars. They read like a mentor laying down survival rules. Beware of fake favors, staged opportunities, and alliances that come with hidden strings. He even used mob imagery, the Barzini meeting reference, as if to warn Drake about traitors in disguise. And now, with everything surfacing, fans are convinced those warnings might have been aimed at heavyweights like Diddy, which brings us to 2014. By then, tension between Diddy and Drake had already boiled over. The spark? A beat. Drake jumped. On 0 to 100, produced by Boy Wanda and Frank Dukes, a track Diddy swore was promised to him. Drake didn't wait. He released it, it exploded, and suddenly Diddy was furious. Fast forward to December 8th, 2014, at DJ Khaled's birthday bash in Miami. The room was full of stars, but behind the velvet ropes, the air was heavy. That night, word is Diddy wasn't there to celebrate. He was there to confront. Multiple accounts say he pressed Drake about the beat. Things got heated, and when Drake tried to play slick, Diddy allegedly smacked him across the face. The message, respect me, or else.
There's no footage of this. Based on people that I've spoken to close to the situation, Diddy really did punch Drake in the face.
Oh, I got that call 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I was laying in my bed, and my phone kept ringing. I'm like, why my phone keep ringing at 4 o'clock in the morning? So I go to look at my phone, and it's my dude, and he ain't no just random guy in the club. This is somebody that everybody knows.
Right.
He's like, boy, you wouldn't just believe what happened. I'm like, what? Diddy just slapped Drake.
Puffy for so long and having dealings with him. What was the first thing you thought when you heard the story about him allegedly punching Drake?
He said, "F it." Drake, I actually thought Drake must have said something wrong to him or something, or did something, or tried to play him, or something must have happened. I actually really didn't, I kind of just laughed. It's funny.
But people close to the situation say it ran deeper than just a fight over a beat. This wasn't just hip-hop sparring. It was about power, ego, and who really pulls the strings in the industry. Behind the scenes, it looked less like a music, beef, and more like a clash of influence. Even 50 Cent chimed in at the time, never one to stay quiet when there's smoke. He painted it as bigger than Drake versus Diddy, hinting that what went down was tied to the politics of control. Who gets to decide the future of the culture, and who gets pushed aside.
Puff can't hear a hit? That's kind of crazy.
He still hear things from back then, that time.
Oh, got you now.
Right.
Okay. Got you.
He can't buy the right. You play it for him right now, and it's hot. He can't buy it. This is why he's fighting Drake. When you hit Drake, because he used the beat that he didn't actually use.
0 to 100.
Right, you see what I'm saying? So if he heard it, and then he heard Drake use it, but it wasn't a hit yet until Drake put the lines on it. And he's upset about that because he can't hear it, but he felt like it.
And that's when things took a darker turn. The scuffle in Miami wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. Whispers started circulating through Los Angeles that Diddy had put a price on Drake's head, a quiet bounty for anyone bold enough to catch him off guard. Suddenly, the atmosphere around Drake felt different. Moves in the city started looking strange, energy around him shifted, and the tension wasn't just about rap anymore. It felt dangerous.
Sometimes not responding is a response.
Well, you talked about how you found out that they're trying to set up Drake in LA at one point. What exactly was that about?
That was about like him and Diddy were beefing, right? They had a little beef over something in Miami outside of Live.
I think Diddy allegedly to them or something. I think it was over the Start from the Bottom beat, where I guess it's supposed to go to Diddy and Drake took it and something silly like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about Started from the Bottom, I don't know what Diddy would have did with that beat.
But if the whispers were true, Drake wasn't exactly caught off guard. Word is, Hav had already schooled him. Move smart, keep your head low, and know who's really in your corner. So Drake made a play. He linked up with The Game, the Compton, bulldog with deep roots and heavyweight respect on the West Coast. See, Diddy had clout, no question. But clout only goes so far when the streets get involved. And out there, reach beats clout every time. Game's reach ran wide, and that connection might have been what kept Drake safe when things got shaky. Game himself later admitted that people had tried to pull him into the mix. Calls came in, asking him to line Drake up, take him out. Instead of greenlighting anything, Game flipped the script. He didn't send shooters. He showed up to stand beside Drake, making sure nothing went down on his watch.
Directly, but LA get tricky. So, when there are beefs and they are here, no matter who it is, like there's certain people that are gonna get called, and I'm one of those people. So, I had privy, Drake to a little information. Like I said, I don't know where it came from, but I always, it's like my brother. So I hit him. I told him like, yo, this is what it is, but I got you. We over here, and I'm pretty heavy, so we straight.
But let's be real. Nothing in the streets comes free. Protection on that level, that's currency, not charity. And Drake knew it. So how did he pay it back? With the one thing only a superstar could give, music. He laced The Game with a record. Not just any track, but 100. And he didn't stop there. They shot the video right in Compton, the game's turf. That wasn't just collaboration for the culture, it was strategy. That record was payment. That video was a stamp. Drake wasn't chasing street cred, he was securing an alliance. The message was loud. I've got muscle now. Move carefully. But here's where it flips. During that same shoot in Compton, things got tense. According to Whack 100, Drake suddenly froze up when he saw unfamiliar faces on set, dudes he didn't recognize, energy he didn't trust. His first thought? The bounty's about to hit. This is the setup. In a flash, Drake bolted, took off mid-shoot, convinced danger was closing in. Whack had to send someone after him, calm him down, and explain. Relax. They're not here to line you up. They're here to protect you.
Drake in game, do a song.
What about it?
And Drake comes to Compton to shoot the video.
100. He shot it on Brazil and Wilmington.
What all happened during that video? What was that?
He pulled up, Drake gave us love, stunned and cleared it for me, didn't charge me. Drake didn't charge for the verse. Drake actually brought this film crew to film it for us. That's what he wanted to do. We was on the famous Brazil and Wilmington shooting it, in the canal. We had to move blocks. And when we move blocks, we send the little homies to do what they need to do. Drake kind of seen some activity and, shit. He did what a motherfucker you supposed to do. He got out of there. So we sent somebody to get him. Bro, it's cool. That ain't for you. That's for us. Because, we seen shit going on. But, we moving blocks. We're not just going to hit the block without the block being right. So we had to make sure the homies, when they cleared the block. He came back and we finished the video.
By May 2015, though, the tension seemed to ease up, at least on the surface. Word spread that the beef had cooled, and even French Montana stepped forward, claiming he played middleman in brokering peace between the two camps. Not long after, Diddy sat down with the Breakfast Club and tried to put the whispers to rest, brushing off the uglier rumors and insisting that Drake was his friend. But the streets weren't convinced. To most, it sounded less like brotherhood and more like PR spin, damage control dressed up as reconciliation.
What made you put hands on Drake?
I did not put hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake. Drake is, right now, that's all I got. That's all I have to say. He's putting in his work. I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake is my friend.
That was a total rumor.
Behind the curtain, the smoke never really cleared. On the surface, things looked cordial, but insiders insisted the energy stayed icy. Some even argued the beat incident was just a distraction, that the real tension had roots elsewhere. Cassie's later legal filings painted Diddy as obsessive and controlling, and whispers circled back to 2013, when rumors claimed Drake wanted to bring Cassie into OVO. Whether that was fact or just industry talk didn't matter. In Diddy's world, perception was power. And just the idea of Drake moving into that territory could have been enough to set him off. People even resurfaced an old Lil Duval tweet. Heard Diddy swung on Drake in Miami for saying hello to Cassie. At the time, it was laughed off as a joke. Today, that line lands different. Meanwhile, Drake leaned on his weapon of choice, coded bars. Tracks like 4 p.m. in Calabasas now sound like wide broadcast messages. Shots at shady promoters, digs at OGs, trying to press him. Even a playful jab at Diddy's iconic, take that, take that. Back then, it felt like slick wordplay. Looking back, it feels like Drake was documenting the Cold War in real time, hiding the tension in plain sight. And the chatter hasn't stopped. Some fans now believe Jay himself was tangled in Diddy's shadowy games, pointing to lawsuits and industry rumors where their names cross paths. Even outspoken voices like Jaguar Wright have thrown gas on the fire, saying Jay and Diddy aren't rivals at all, just two sides of the same coin.
He brought you on to speak on Diddy, and it seemed that as if your focus turned to Jay-Z, his wife.
That's always been my focus.
Yes. What?
They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it become a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter
Peanut
jelly
butter and jelly.
And people are eating it up. One commenter put it plain. They call her crazy because she's telling the truth. I ride with Jag. But this isn't just a Drake story anymore. It's about what Jay-Z knew and how far he might have gone to shield himself while the industry played out around him. If those subliminals really were warnings, some believe Hav wasn't just mentoring Drake. He was protecting his own empire the whole time. So the real question is this: were those coded bars the receipts we missed all along? And just how much did Jay-Z actually know? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this one's not just history, it's still unfolding. If you live for raw stories and jaw-dropping moments, don't blink. What's coming next is only getting louder. Stay tapped in.